Welcome along to the fourth episode of the Grime Scene Investigation Podcast. My name is Blondie. I'm here with T again. How you doing, bruv?
Yeah, I'm all good, bro. You good?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Been a bit of a quiet week, to be fair. I think, but Dot Rotten has livened it up. He's bringing Grime back with two dubs, one for J1 and then one for Bare People, bruv. Where do you want to start? Let's start with J1. What did you think of that dub? 4 a.m. in the morgue.
Right, for him, 4 a.m. in the morgue, yeah. Well, to be honest with you, I don't really know much about J1, so I can't really go too into detail. But once again, there's a situation there where Dot felt that he was disrespected. He thought that the best way to sort out that argument was to approach him on the dub, shall we say. I don't think we're going to get a reply back from J1 before I go into it. I think he knows what side his bread's buttered. But yeah, what I find a bit weird with that is that Dot said, you know, basically pay me or I'm going to drop the dub. And he got paid and still dropped the dub. So, you know what I mean? The level of disrespect there is off the chart. But yeah, it was a good dub. You know, he said what he had to say. I thought the production was better than the bars, to be honest. I don't know if you feel the same.
Well, I mean, I'll start with the fact that I've actually met J1. So I'm like, yeah, so I know a little bit about him. I didn't know anything till I met him, to be fair. But I ended up at one of his shows, not intentionally. I didn't know didn't know any of the geezer's songs, but he's a young rapper, nothing special in my opinion. And I think what Dot said about him was spot on. Really, he's just a B-Tech Stormzy. When I think the production was sick. I love the concept that it's 4 a.m. in the morgue, and it's obviously a very remixed version of Wiley's Morgue. You know, there was that you know, that Eskimo sound in it.
Yeah, definitely.
I thought the bars were sick. Definitely. I thought Dot Rotten went in, man. That's the Dot Rotten we all missed, and I think that's, you know, it took him a long time to recover from what P Money done, but that is prime Dot Rotten, and I think J1 just should have known better than to try and mug off someone like Dot Rotten. However, 15 grand for a beat. What do you think of this? What do you think of that, bro?
Well, you know what it is? I actually think that Dot is a 15k beat producer. I think that he's put in the work. He's now at that level where he can say, right, I want to charge you 15k. I mean, labels are going to pay that as well because they know a Zeph Ellis, production is going to sell. I don't think that obviously he would charge every Tom, Dick and Harry that, if you get me. I don't think he's going to charge it up and come at that because, let's be honest, he's not going to work with just anyone that. He's in the position where he's put himself at the very top. And, yeah, he's just going to basically say, look, I'm Zeph Ellis. If you want a beat for me, it's going to be 15k. If you don't want it, see you later. If you want it, let's get the contracts and we get it rolling, basically. I think, like, he definitely has put himself in that position.
I agree. I think, to be fair, I see it from both sides but I think Dot Rodney's been a bit dishonest here. What I reckon is, I don't think J1 knew that it was going to cost him 15 grand. I reckon Dot made the beat. J1 basically is ready to release it, and then Dot goes, "Oh, hang on, you owe me 15 grand." And then that's what I reckon has happened. No, I don't know that for a fact. That's speculation.
It's a possibility.
But yeah, I feel like J1 wouldn't have collaborated if he knew it was going to cost him that much. However, J1 has the money, and he did pay Dot Rotten, and I think it's obvious what's happened here. I think Dot Rotten he was obviously, I reckon he asked for 15 grand. J1 laughed him off. Dot Rotten made a diss track, made a send. And then before he got to release it, J1 sent him the money. But then, because Dot Rotten's Dot Rotten, he just dropped the track anyway. Because at the end he said, they ended up coughing up anyway. So, and even at the end there's a bar where it's like, I'll accept 10k. So obviously he finished that dub before the money landed in his account, and he just chose to upload it anyway, which I'm glad he did. But I agree with you. I think Dot Rotten is worth 15 grand. I think that's the sort of money American producers get paid,
Yeah, yeah.
and UK producers have undersold themselves for too long now.
Oh,
And I
definitely.
think I think Dot Rotten is, one of the best, if not the best UK producer in grime. And I think he's leading by example here in that he's charging a good price, a fair price. And I hope other producers, likes of Teddy, Rude Kid, etc., they look at that and they go, yeah, do you know what? I'm worth a bit more. All right, obviously the artists you've already worked, but like when you're working with new people, such as J1, such as these rappers and stuff that are loaded anyway, yeah, why not? That because they're worth it. And
Yeah,
those instrumentals are going to bang, and UK artists are not given enough credit, and I think Dot Rotten is doing a good thing here. When it comes to producers that look up to him, I think it's a really good move.
it is. I fully agree. I just think that, like you said, it's time that the UK producers mainly start getting a bit of shine, start getting a bit of money. Like you said, Dot's at the very top. At the moment, I would put him at number one. But there's so many others. There's Swift the Beater, there's Teddy. It's about time.
Yeah.
Yeah, these guys are levels with anyone,
Mm.
whether it be US, Canada, whatever. These guys are levels with any of them. So he's a 15k producer, simple as. If people want to argue about, you're not going to get a Dot with them for £40. You know what I mean? Let's be
Yeah,
honest.
exactly. And you know what? He's not taking any of this of being mugged off. He's so many producers as well, not getting paid or whatever, and they get mucked around.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and it's not fair. And Dot Rotten isn't taking that. Now, Dot Rotten does take a lot of L's. He takes a lot of L's. Like, let's be real, yeah. So many people have mugged off Dot Rotten, and he keeps letting it happen. So it suggests to me that he's not learning from his mistakes. On the other hand, he's not letting him get away with it. And J1 won't reply because I don't think he's just not talented enough to write a send. I genuinely don't think he's good. He's not even. This is it. This is grime versus rap. This is Dot Rotten has just gone bang. There's a send. He made it in the space of what, fucking a week, not even that. Dropped it, bang. J1 probably doesn't even know what's happening. He's going to be all over the place. You know what I mean? Like an Arsenal defender. Do you know what I'm saying? Like he's just, you know what I'm saying? Like J1 won't know what's hit him, and this is it. This is where this totally shows up grime versus rap for me. I think rappers just make a career off gimmicks and a catchy fucking hook or whatever, and that's it. Dot Rotten just threw bar after bar, just absolutely slewing J1. There's no way J1's coming back from that.
It's not a killer though. It hasn't killed his career. It's not like people say, "Oh, Dot actually ended J1's career." It's not. It's nothing like that. It's just you take liberties. I'm going to tell you. I'm just going to basically expose you, via a dub, and that's what he's done. Like, he got his money. J1 will still make his music and make his money. But yeah, I don't really know too much about him, like I said, so I can't really comment much on his career.
No, spot on, bruv. I mean, this is the thing, though. You're right. J1, most of his supporters won't even know there was a send. J1's just going to ignore it. Yeah. J1's just ignoring it, and then that's it. And that just sums up rap, innit? And guess what? That's what Dizzy Rascal's doing. He's not really grime anymore, is he? And he's just ignoring sends. That's what rappers do. That's what people outside real grime MCs do not accept that disrespect. They clap back, bruv. That's exactly what happens. That's what Dot Rotten did. You don't just sit there. Even if you make a shit send, it's a send, isn't it? You do something. Exactly. You don't just let yourself get disrespected like that. You fucking let them know how it's going down. Do you know what I mean? And that's what Dot Rotten did. And that's how it should be.
You know what, Lo? That poses a very interesting question. If grime was to clash with rap, could you who would you say from rap could actually hold it up on their side? If they were
against we're saying the best of grime against the best
of grime. I'm talking about the Wileys, the Scorchers, the Dot Rottens, the P Moneys.
Nah, no.
I don't think any could.
I'm saying, yeah, you get a tag team of P Money and Wiley, just them two, yeah. And you get them two against any two you can pick from America, you can pick from UK, global, I don't care. No one is matching. Like, it's P Money on his own, bruv. He's the warlord for me, bruv. Like that, even someone like Getch, Dot Rotten, Skepta, even a shit one. Like I'm not gonna, obviously name an MC that's shit, but
Yeah.
that I think is shit. But do you know what I'm saying? Like someone that isn't even that good in a clash, like JK or whatever. He
Which,
would
you know
still
what?
smoke like the best rapper, I think. Like rappers just don't have a clue. I genuinely think rappers they're all ghost written. They're all just the same generic kind of bullshit. That's why I love grime, because it's real, in it. Whereas I think these rappers don't have a clue. Like you look at these diss tracks and stuff, it's not levels, bruv. It's not levels. That's not grime levels anyway.
I'm glad you mentioned P Money, because that leads me on to the next subject, and I'm talking about Dot's second dub,
Original Real Talk.
Original Real Talk, where once again he mentions P. He doesn't mention him by name, but we obviously know that he's talking about P.
He does.
And
He mentions he
he
does call
also,
his name Paris. He says Paris.
does he say Paris? I didn't
Yeah.
actually hear that. So, but also he had a bar for Saskila as well.
Yeah, he had a bar for Black the Ripper as well.
Black the Ripper as well. Yep. That's so. Dot seems to have come back in the game on Smoke, and we know that him and P had like an amazing back and forth. So it'd be interesting to see if this time P's gonna reply, or if P just thinks, you know what, I've been there, I've done that, I've done him already on dubs. I'm not gonna do it again.
Well, for me, so this is interesting for me. So this all happened in the space of a week. So when Dot Rotten dropped 4 a.m. in the morning, I thought, oh mate, Dot Rotten is back. This is how you make a comeback, bro. You fucking smoke some dickhead, and that's it. You use that, and then just go for it. Do you know what I'm saying? I was thinking to myself, oh, I regret a lot of the slander I've given Dot Rotten over the last 2 years. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, oh,
And you have, bro.
and then, but then he fucking does this. He sends for P Money. Are you mad? Are you actually mad, bruv? You've just taken 2.5 years to recover your fucking career, yeah? You've took 2.5 years out of the game because P Money bodied you that hard, bruv. What do you go and do? Send for him again? Are you mad? He has a bar where he's like, oh, I didn't feel like sending back that week. Are you fucking joking, bruv? What are you smoking, bruv? I'm sorry, Dot Rotten's a dickhead for that, bruv. Go and pick a fight with someone. All right, Dot Rotten, he's levels, yeah? He's a good war MC. He is not P Money level. Don't go for P Money, bruv. You're a dickhead, bruv. And I hope for Dot Rotten's sake that P Money doesn't reply to that, because then Dot Rotten's out for another 2.5 years, isn't he? So go and send for Black the Ripper, Saskila. Yeah, you and I hope a war comes out of that. Yeah, if P Money, I don't think P Money will send back, because I think he's got nothing to. I think. Do you know what this send reminds me? Original Real Talk. This reminds me of when Chip did Pepper Rhythm and sent for 5 MCs, because Chip was just coming back into grime, just like Dot Rotten is, and he just wants that relevancy again. So he's just sending for everyone. That's what it reminds me of, and I don't think P Money will reply. And in a way, I kind of hope he doesn't, for the sake of Dot Rotten's career. Do you know what I mean?
I'm gonna slightly disagree with you there, because I don't think Dot actually needs relevance. I think he's at the top. I think everyone knows he's at the top. But I do agree with you on the it's a bit of a risky one sending for P, because if I'm gonna send for anyone, P will be like right at the end of the list, because the guy's phenomenal. He's a great MC, and he does war. If he does war, he's gonna do war. You know what I mean? And I don't think we're going to get a reply from Saskila. I don't think even Black the Ripper's going to reply. I think P will. I do have a feeling P will reply, because there's a lot of history there that I don't really know the ins and outs, but we all know there's a lot of history there. And I think, P's just going to say, like, look, this guy's just coming back again after everything we went through. I'm going to have to do it again. I'm just going to have to put him in his place once more.
No, I don't think so. I'll be honest with you. I think P Money said what he's had to say. And I think, well, I mean, Dot barely had on Dot's Insta story. He actually sort of indirectly addressed this. He was like, "Oh, if it's only an 8 bar, does it count as a send or whatever?" Yes, it does. A fucking 1 bar counts as a send, yeah. But then, I don't. And I'm saying this. I'm not just saying this. I have like good reason to believe that P Money is just going to allow it, and I think P Money's just he doesn't need this clash. He said I
Yeah, he
think
definitely does.
he did a good enough job. It's like it's like fucking he's beaten Dot Rotten 5-0 in the Champions League final, and then fucking lost on penalties in the League Cup. This is the sort of levels we're talking, bro. It's like doesn't or not even that. But do you know what I'm saying? P Money bodied them so hard, yeah. Where like if the clash didn't convince you, yeah, if the dubs didn't convince you, look at what they've done since that clash, yeah. Look at what P Money's achieved and the heights he's gone on to since then, yeah. And then look at what Dot Rotten's done. He's done fuck all. He's just coming back, yeah. All right, cool. Send for J1. Send for Black the Ripper. Send for Saskia. Send for them sort of dead MCs or whatever, yeah. That's cool. Saskilla's dead, bruv. I don't care, bruv. I'm sending for Saskia.
But
well.
Black the Ripper.
I don't know, mate. Look, what I'm saying is they're not P Money. They're not P Money level, yeah. Allow P Money, yeah. That is not going to end well for you. Black Ripper and Saskia, I think they should, if they're, I think they should take this opportunity and show what they're made of, because right now Saskilla's trying to jump on Grime for Corbyn and get relevancy there. So he's clearly someone that needs a bit of, do you know what I'm saying? Like, so bit of attention. So yeah, crack on. I'd love to see a war come out of that, but P Money is just Dot Rotten bit off more than he could chew last time, and I think if you're only just recovering from that, I don't think that's what he needs right now.
In fairness to Dot Lowry, he has been putting in work. He has produced for a number of artists and featured on their projects. But yeah, it's one of them ones. We'll have to wait and see whether P actually replies or even cares.
No, I'm telling you, I'd be extremely surprised. From what I know, I'd be very surprised if he did. But but yeah, man. I mean, and to be honest, I watched the dub once, and I was just shaking my head when I was watching the video. I was just thinking, are you mad? Like, it was good. It was good.
Loved it.
It was good. I thought, personally, and I think you're going to disagree with me on this, but I thought 4 a.m. in the morgue was much better than this one.
Yeah, I definitely disagree. yeah. But you know what? It's just personal opinion, really, innit? But me personally, I just think I loved it because I rate both MCs so highly. To me, they're both top 10 MCs. And to see
Dot Rotten and P, yeah?
Yeah, definitely. Dot Rotten and P I'm talking about, not Saskia or Black the Ripper, although I do rate Black the Ripper. But yeah, for me, it's
we're being peaked to Saskia, by the way.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Saskia. Like, I don't mean it.
You're right, bruv.
I don't mean it in a disrespectful way, but
yeah, we're being peaked to him right now. And let me make it clear, yeah, Saskia is an OG, yeah, like roll deep, yeah. We're not forgetting that, but
yeah, we're definitely not forgetting
that.
But
Sass, if you're hearing this, do actually reply to Dot. That'd be a sick move. Yeah, that's a lot more sensible than Grime for Corbyn or whatever.
Yeah, I'm definitely not disrespecting you, Sass. But however, for me, P and Dot are both top 10. That's what I'm saying. Yeah? And to see them go at it, I just love it because I'm a fan of dubs, and to see two MCs that I rate so highly going at it, that just make all my Christmases come at once.
Nah, that's it. And do you know what's funny? Because the last few episodes since we've started this podcast, I've just been begging for a war. Like, just
exactly.
Dizzy, Wiley, Skepta. What was the other one we were talking about? Funky D and Yizzy and stuff. We're just trying to invent these bits. And now Dot Rotten has come, and now he's giving us what we want. And like you said last week, bruv, December. And
season.
That's right. And it looks like from what Wiley's. I reckon he's going to have something in store for us, So yeah, I do welcome back the return of Dot Rotten, but it's not going to last if P Money decides to reply. Which, as I said, I don't think it will. But yeah, man.
You know what is interesting though? Since we started this podcast, Dot and P are arguably the two MCs that we've talked about most. So Dot must be doing something right in his comeback, innit?
Yeah, for sure. That is true. But yeah, I thought. I do want to debate like why you like the original Real Talk more than 4 a.m. in the Morgue, because for me I thought 4 a.m. in the Morgue was better instrumental, better bars, better just sends in general. Like he's going in on J1, man. Like I know it's kind of like it's so unfair because J1 is just nowhere near Dot Rotten's level in any department other than clout, I guess. But which some would say is the only thing that matters. But Dot Rotten just like he just goes in, bruv. He brings up he's beats at Stormzy, he brings up Maya Jammer, brings up he even mentions Wiley, doesn't he? Do you know what I mean? So like, you know, he can't help himself, can he? But like I felt like Dot killed him, bruv. Dot did
What
look
it
like
is
a
for
little
me-
bit of a mug at the end. It depends which way you look at it. You could say he looks like a mug because he released it even though he got paid, or you could say, oh, look at that, he's taking the piss. Well, that's jokes. But
Like
yeah,
what
well,
it is as simple as this really. The reason why I prefer the send for P, Sass and Black the Ripper is because simply I just don't know enough about J1 to, you know, understand what Dot's saying to him. But whereas on the second one, I understand what Dot's saying because I know who these MCs are. And I knew, like, we all knew Sass was drill minister. You know, it was no big secret, even though he wore a mask and all that. And so when he says things like that, you're like, oh, no, he's going at Sass. You know what I mean? Whereas when he's saying things to J1, I'm like, I don't even know J1.
I get you. Yeah, you need to
You
listen
get me?
to
Yeah.
J1's most biggest track is I think it's called basically the main hook in it is I'm taking your missus. No, brother, I'm joking. So it's like, and then
So
Dot
you had to
like
shoot one.
remixes that. So yeah, like when you hear like you only need to hear like basically a couple of bars from J1 because he's basic like that. If you just hear a couple of bars and then you know what. But yeah, man, I don't blame you. Like J1's pretty like, you know, it's just
I tweeted this.
he's just your average rapper, innit? So I wouldn't
Yeah.
expect anyone to
There's
know.
there's only one J1 that I know. And
Yeah,
apart Stay Fresh.
Stay fresh,
Sorry,
J1. Big up.
that's the only J1 I mess with.
It's the only J1 I recognise, bro. Nah, I rate that still. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Let's hope we get some replies. And as much as I love P Money, yeah. I'm saying this for Dot's sake. I kind of hope P Money doesn't reply. I like Sash Skiller to reply, and but just because I'm enjoying Dot Rotten back now, and I don't want him to disappear again for 2.5 years. You get me? So like, that's what I'm saying. That
big up Dot though. You're getting everyone talking.
yeah, big time. And one thing I did want to mention was I saw a tweet which Dot Rotten quoted. It was saying how it's a disgrace. Like how it's a disgrace that all these big grime platforms. I'm not going to name them, but the platforms pushing this agenda that grime is dead, or pushing the question at least, but not sharing Dot Rotten's dubs and stuff. They're not promoting what Dot Rotten's doing. So that does make you think. Do you know what I mean? Like
he's bang on as well because you know, like he said, all these major platforms and they're not pushing it, and I cannot stand Grime's dead because Grime is not dead. Where you're looking for Grime is what's dead. You're looking for Grime in the wrong places, and you're looking for Grime on these major platforms, and these major platforms are not really pushing Grime. So Dot's bang on.
Yeah, spot on. That's it. And yeah, exactly. You summed it up there perfectly, mate. But yeah, another thing that I think is making grime die, but not. I think I'm very. That's a very unpopular opinion. Yeah. Is the physical only releases. So yeah, let's jump into it. So Grime MC. I haven't heard it obviously, but you pre-ordered it. So what do you know about what's going on with that?
I'll tell you what I know about it. HMV, you need to pull your fingers out because I still haven't received my copy yet. But
so what's that? So physical releases aren't all that, yeah?
Release, like I can't even. You know the bad thing is I can't even tweet JME because he's blocked me. But you know what I mean. Like,
you can't even tweet JME because he doesn't believe in social media. But this is what I'm saying, bro. Spotify doesn't turn up late. This is so like people will pretend all they like that. Oh yeah, Grime MC. Oh, great idea. Yeah, physical only. But two things I got to say to that. One is, you know, the fact that neither of us have even heard it yet. Spotify or Apple Music, yeah, that you don't get delays with that. That's out and that's it, yeah.
Fair point.
And then everyone can rate it. Now, who's rating it? Yeah. The other thing, right, is the fact that people wouldn't even know this album was out if it wasn't for all of Jamie's mates, because he's an established artist. All of his mates promoting it on social media. Yeah. Imagine if you didn't. Okay, so let's have Jamie's dream world where there's no social media, yeah? Would we actually know that this album was out?
Apart from when he takes Grime MC and does the sets, no, we wouldn't know. I agree.
That's it. That's it.
I agree.
So
But then again, if we didn't have the internet, we wouldn't even know that the Grime MC sets were happening in the first place. So yeah, I see your point. I do see your point, but for me, being an old fan, there's nothing better than physical, But I do see it's 50-50 in it, where there's people like me who loves it, and there's people like yourself who don't like it. So I can see both, both points.
yeah, I've been keeping my eye on YouTube for the bootlegs because they will happen. But yeah,
Yeah,
man,
yeah,
I just think, yeah, it's nice for novelty's sake, I guess. If you went to the store and, I mean, I'm not boycotting it, but I just don't see the point. I'll wait for it to come out on Spotify because for me, the way I listen to music, and I think this is what most people do, to be fair, because obviously no one really buys CDs or anything anymore, and there's a reason for that. But like, you get the album, you can get it on your thing, you have your own mixtape or your own playlist or whatever, and then you take your favorite songs from the album, you stick them in your playlist, and then that's it. That's how I do it, and I think that's how a lot of people do it.
yeah, definitely,
So
99%
even
of
if I
the
did
world.
get the CD, I wouldn't listen to it. First of all, most people don't even have a fucking CD player or a vinyl player. So it's just, I think the only real winner, yeah, there's only two winners out of this entire physical only thing for me. That's HMV
Yeah,
and
definitely.
and that's your sense of nostalgia and nothing else.
Yeah, that's a
So
fair point. Also, HMV they double in winning because they're not even sending the CD out. Sorry, I'm just a bit bitter with HMV this week.
well, there you
Because
go. That's it, man. That's what I'm saying, man. So, but when you do eventually get it, let me know what it sounds like.
yeah,
So, oh, I beg you burn it and send it to me, bro. I bet you bootleg it because fuck it. Oh, I do want to talk about it. Like, I'm not
I'm sorry,
hating
bro.
on
No
JME.
bootlegging. No boot.
I love JME and I love his work, but this isn't fair that we can't listen to it when it's out. When it's out, it's out. You should, but yeah, man. That's
Maybe from JME's point of view, he's so tired of the toxicness that happens on Twitter, so he's just sort of like distanced himself, and he doesn't really know what's happening on Twitter at the moment because he's not obviously seeing the opinions in it.
Nah, that's true. But then it's even the fact that, sorry, going back to it, but the fact that he had to do an announcement video on his channel, which has a million or so subscribers, right? He has to do an announcement video to tell people where to get it, right? So you're still using social media, even though you're apparently so against it. You yourself are needing it to promote it. It's like, it's just, do you know what I mean? Like, I think this is a little bit kind of, so
Yeah, yeah,
what
I
are
do,
you
I
actually
do see
really
your point.
proving, bruv?
I do see your point, but again, I'm gonna say Jeremy is an excellent businessman as well as an MC, so he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I guess, and he's obviously very influential.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, definitely.
you can Wiley was obviously with him a couple of weeks ago, and then bang, all of a sudden Wiley's for Corbyn. Bang, all of a sudden Wiley wants to do physicals, etc. So, but
It's
then you've
because you
got
know what it is. It's like Jeremy's a very educated guy. He's on a different plane to most other MCs, and I'm not disrespecting him, but like I hold Jeremy so high, not only in terms of his education, but the way he thinks and the way he goes about things. Like I'll just put him on a different plane to others. He sees things before they happen, and he knows what he's gonna do in that. You get me?
I don't know, man. I think he appears like that. I think if you speak on certain issues in a certain way, then people get that. Like, I'll be like, I don't want to talk about things other than grime on this podcast, but
Yeah, definitely.
like Hector Bellerin, he's exactly the same, but his footballing ability is shit, right? He's a shit footballer, but he sounds like, he talks about this and that, fucking recycling and all that, yeah, global warming or whatever, human rights. All right, cool, but you're a footballer, yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
make sure
yeah.
you're on point with that. So to be fair, and Jamie is on point with this, but then so this is it. So he's trying to make a difference, right? He's trying to lead by example, fair play, yeah.
Hmm.
So he's off social media, right? I don't know how that's going for him. I hope it's going well. I hope social media is obviously quite an easy trap to fall into. I think
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's a separate conversation, but I think you just need to be good at controlling your use of social media, and it won't cause you any problems. But obviously, a lot of young people do get do get heavily affected by social media. But whatever, that's JME's
yeah.
battle to fight. I'm not going to fight for him. But this is the thing. It's just that he's trying to go cold turkey on social media to prove a point, but then he's still needing it for promote his album. So it's like, it's a little bit counterproductive, and it makes me think, I'm not gonna hate. Like, at least he's trying. At least he's trying to walk the walk. So fair enough.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm
Definitely agree.
just saying my opinion in it.
Yeah. Everyone's entitled to one of them. You don't have to agree. You know what I mean? It's just that's what opinions are about, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. And I respect the fact that JME has such strong opinions. I respect that as someone with strong opinions myself. I do respect other people who put their opinions out there. And there's no one more really opinionated than JME. I mean, in fact, that whole family, Skepta and Julie as well. They're all three of them. Can you imagine a Christmas dinner, bruv, with them three around the table? Like they're so huge personalities. Like, man, that must be crazy. The family meetups, bruv.
I think their younger brother does something as well, like designing or something as well. So the whole family are just geniuses, isn't it? Really?
Yeah. So that's a special family right there.
Yeah, isn't it?
But yeah, man. But yeah, big up, JME. I look forward to hearing your album eventually. But yeah, man.
When HMV send it out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, when HMV send it
Didn't
out.
you pre-order it as well?
Yeah, I know. Like they do it to me all the time. Like me and HMV are gonna have beef.
This is one other thing that's come up this week in prominence is grime for Corbyn now. Yeah.
I hate it, man. I hate it so much, and you know what the bad thing is? I don't even know why I hate it.
It's just embarrassing, isn't it? It's just embarrassing.
Like I can understand why they're doing it. Like, and I'm all for Sharky Major being involved, because last time I thought it was just about all about ourselves. But with Sharky Major, I think that he would do it for the right reasons. But I don't know. I just hate it. Like, it's just. Like, big up everyone who performs and that. I'm not disrespecting any of you, and I know you're doing it for the right reasons. But for me, I just feel like, I don't know, man. There's just something about it that it just don't sit right with me.
I think it's just because it's so obvious what's going on. Like, Corbyn's just using the scene, or Labour's just using the scene to just as soon as election time comes around, he wants those votes. He wants the young people on his side, their students, etc. Yeah. And this is the way of doing it, isn't it? He's breading, bruv. He's breading straight. He's just breading these grime artists. He's in the DMs, isn't he? Like, even with people like Alhan and shit, bruv, from and all them, man. Like he's just mugging the scene off. Like, what has Corbyn done for grime, bruv? If you're like so grimy, come to a rave, innit? Like, let's see you actually support like grime. Let's see you banging out something from your car, bruv, or something. You get me? Like actually, like, I just think it's a big joke, really. It's so obvious what he's doing. Like, he's just breading, bruv, straight. That's all. He's just for his own gain. As soon as election time is done, you're not going to hear about it. So,
I don't. Yeah, that's the thing with me. Like, are we going to still hear? Like, say Corbyn wins now, yeah, which I'm hoping he does. Obviously, I'm voting Labour. But say Corbyn wins, are we going to like hear him talking about grime in, say, 2-3 months? Like, or is he going to say thank you for everyone who done grime for Corbyn back in December or November, whenever it happened? Like, this is flipping Saskia who helped me. This is Sharky Major. And don't get me wrong, I love them guys. You know what I mean? I love Sharky Major. I've got nothing but respect for the guy. And I know he's doing it for the right reasons, but I don't know. There's just something about the whole thing that just, it rolls me up. I don't like it.
No, I couldn't agree more. And do you know what it is as well? You notice the grime. And this is the thing that gets me, bruv. We all saw what happened last time, yeah? When Grime for Corbyn first started, what was it, 4 years ago or so? And everyone was on it, yeah. Skepta was on it, etc. Right? JME was on it, blah blah blah. Now you see Grime for Corbyn, yeah. Who's actually? Do you know what I'm saying? No disrespect to Sharky Major or Saskia, but like, I'm not taking away from what they've done,
no,
and their careers. But where are these names from last time? Look at the names this time. That I'm not dissing anyone, but Like, I think a lot of people have gone. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they've gone, nah. Like, we got mugged off last time, and it's not. Once bitten, twice shy, innit? And they're just not. They're just. You don't have to hate on it,
No,
but
no,
you
no,
don't have to
definitely not.
involve yourself in it. Like,
Yeah, that's what I do. Like, I'll kick back because, like, I support Corbyn. I want him to win the election. I'm a big fan of Sharky Major, but the question I have: are you actually going for Corbyn full time, or are you just going for Corbyn when it comes to elections? Because
yeah,
it don't seem to me that, like, obviously Sharky Major weren't involved in the first one, right? But it doesn't seem to me that anyone who was involved in the first one, sorry, done anything after the election. It was like, well, we lost. That's it. End off. No more ground for Corbyn. And then 4 years later, you're resurrecting it again. So if he loses this time, is it going to go quiet and then you're going to bring it back in another time? Like,
yeah,
you get me?
exactly, bro.
You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know, man. It just rolls me up. But big up everyone who's supporting. I know he's full of futures, and like I'm all for Corbyn. I'm not saying like don't do it. It's not my place to say, but I'm just a little bit confused by it all.
No, you're right, man. And it's like this whole like. I mean, my personal view is that voting in general is just a waste of time.
Yeah, I know.
But
Yeah,
that's that, innit? But like, this is a thing. Like, obviously, there's so many people in grime that are apparently pro Corbyn, right? Like, look at Stormzy, for example. Yeah, Stormzy is. I know he's not grime, but if it's just so, I don't know. Like, I just think, yeah, grime for Corbyn. Like, if you're gonna make it like a sick grime set out of that, which they did, they used sort of grime originals to push grime for Corbyn. Why?
yeah, which was smart.
And you're so
Yeah.
passionately right. If you're so for Corbyn, yeah, and you're whatever, yeah. If you're like Stormzy or whatever, then why don't you go and grind for Corbyn? Why don't you go on that set? And JME as well. If you're so pro Corbyn, yeah, and you're
Fair
a
play.
grime artist, why don't you
Yeah,
go? Why don't you go and actually involve yourself in that? Like Sharky Major, he's using it for whether no matter what way you see it, at least he's kind of it's doing something for grime in it. Like it,
yeah,
at
he's
least it's giving a
contributing.
little bit of exposure in it.
Yeah,
So yeah,
exactly.
if you're so big on Corbyn, why don't you go and grind for Corbyn, innit?
Yeah, well, yeah, I do agree, but obviously one tweet from Stormzy had about 40,000 people flipping voting. So, he's definitely still got clout regardless. But I do agree with you. Like, why didn't they turn up for going for Corbyn?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
if they're so, like, if I was so for Boris Johnson and I was the MC and they arranged like a rave for Boris Johnson, obviously I'm so for him. I'm going to turn up. I'm going to spit 32 bars. I'm going to send for Corbyn. You know what I mean?
Yeah, word.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, I do agree with you.
Yeah, but that's about it, isn't it? Like I just think it's just a shit show, really. Like this whole
I
grind,
can't
it's
stand
so
it.
obvious what's going on, and people, like, it's just a little bit embarrassing, isn't it? Like, but whatever, man. If I'm not hating on
Each
the
to their own.
people
Yeah,
participating in it because at least you're putting in that work, but.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
But yeah, man.
Definitely.
Other than so yeah, with new music, it's like I said, it's been a bit quiet. Other than Dot Rotten's two dubs,
Yeah.
has it been much else?
To be honest, I haven't actually seen anything. I've seen people saying this is coming, but I haven't actually seen any new releases really land apart from the dot.
Yeah, man. I think SBK really dropped working. I think that was pretty good.
SBK
Um,
is
but
up
yeah, it's
there.
been a little bit. Yeah, like you say, man. It's been.
I
Yeah,
It's gonna get boring the amount of times that I've seen that guy's praises, but he's one of the best, trust me.
yeah, man. He's hard, bro. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Good producer as well, isn't it?
Yeah, he's all rounder. You know what I mean?
Mm.
All rounder. He can send for you, he can make storytelling tracks or he can make a production. The guy's just like, big art SPK.
Yeah, man. But
Also, I want to say, welcome back to Ghostly as well. I can't wait to see him back in action. He dropped a new track. I think it was called Talk. I'm not sure if you know much about Ghostly, but again, one of the best young MCs in the business right now as well.
no, I'll have to go check that out, man.
Yeah, he's he can incorporate the Yardie flow, which is something that I love to hear on Grant.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, mate. Oh, I'm definitely jumping on that then. That's
Yeah,
old
yeah.
school. But yeah, man.
But yeah, it's been a quiet one in terms of releases and not much.
Yeah, man. Hence the slightly shorter episode, but
Yeah, we had a bit of a mode and couple of young MCs and producers and a banning thing going on, but that's not really newsworthy. So
Yeah, man.
getting a quiet one.
But yeah, that's that for this week of the Grime Scene Investigation. I think we've covered everything there, really, haven't we?
Yeah. I use up, man. Stir up some controversy so we can have a longer one next week.
Yeah, man. But yeah, it's been good, man. Like, let's hope we get some more sends going. It is officially December now, so it's warring season. Let's get some of those war dubs going. Let's get some clashes going.
Yeah, I want to be eating a mince pie and hearing a suck your mum. So
yeah, big time, bro. That is a vibe.
Get on it, lads. Get on it.
But yeah, man. So yeah, please, if you're listening, share this, get it out there. Follow us on Twitter, Insta. I've made a little bit of artwork which you'll be able to see on the YouTube video, which I'm quite proud of. So it's going to be easy for everyone to know what's going on.
Yeah, but please send this so that we can get big and start sending for Alan.
You're not a fan either?
No, Alan's you know what, I like him. He's funny, and I would like the back and forth, the banter.
Yeah, he's good at what he does. Guy. He's good at what he does for sure.
He's a funny guy as well.
And you know what? He's the spitting image of someone I used to know as well. So it's crazy for me to actually see the guy. But yeah, man.
Big up Alan.
Yeah, man. Keep doing what you're doing, bruv.
Yeah,
a bit of that. But yeah, man. That's that. So yeah, big up to you, big up everyone listening, and we'll see you again next week.
Yep. Adios.